Hi, it's Miss Danielle from the Grimshaw Library, and I'm here to show you our next feature creature, which is sponsored by the MD of Peace. So we're super grateful for them. So what we're making this week is a bagworm moth. But we're not making the moth, we're just making the worm. So in your kit, you're gonna find an information sheet, some cheese and crackers, some pretzels, your little worm, and a plate. So this is an edible craft. Yay! So this worm is pretty interesting. As larvae, they build themselves this little house and they live in it until they either die or until they turn into a moth if they're male. So the females just die in their house and the males fly away. So it's really cool because this is what their houses look like. So they build them as protection and they drag them around as they live their life, which is super short. It's like 2 days. So we're going to build a house around our worm. So here's our worm. Here's our cheese. You're gonna use one of these crackers as your spread stick, and it's really easy. We're just gonna go
Spread the cheese on your worm.
So we're gonna kind of make it thick so your sticks will stay. And then I've broken up a bunch of pretzels here already, and you just kind of figure out what size you want your house to be. So a real larva will make his house in kind of a spiral shape. So if you are super talented, you can do that. I don't quite have that skill to make it spirally.
Some of the bagworm moths, not like there's different versions, and some of them use spruce needles and things like that to do it. But we picked this one because it looks actually like a tiny little. It's like a cross between a log cabin and a wizard's hat kind of thing, because it's twisty and it looks and it's just amazing, and it's very, very precise. And it, I think as soon as you try to build it, you will find out it is not that easy to be that precise with tiny twigs.
No, it's not, because I tried making my very first one swirly and I couldn't do it because they're really hard to match up. But I think one of you can do it. And I'd love to see your finished product. So I find it easier just to put all the cheese on my worm instead of on individual sticks. But you can try to do it however you want.
And there's probably enough cheese there that if you wanted to try and do this and continue the building with something else, you could give it a shot. But we wanted to be as scientifically accurate as possible, so that's why there's a gummy worm.
A gummy worm and pretzels and cheese whiz.
Well, also edible.
Very scientific.
Also a lot of very good camping foods right there. So if you're going camping or something like that, please eat this kind of bagworm moth and not the other one.
Okay, so he's got a good start to him. See him? So I'm gonna
That's pretty good,
build out the back a little bit more. And then something that's neat about these guys too is if you can look up a YouTube video on these guys, they like just drag their house around with them. It's pretty neat. And they're pretty strong to pull around all that extra weight on them.
It's kind of like the same idea as a snail, except these larvae literally build their own shell.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stop right here. And so then the worms, they kind of stand like that. And if they were hanging on a tree, this is the end that would be attached to the tree. And then this side, they just keep their head poking out and eating stuff around them.
And then when it's time to stop eating, they just seal up that little opening and just basically kind of stay in there until,
They have babies.
yes, until they either turn into a moth or until they have their eggs. So, yeah, pretty fascinating.
So enjoy your edible craft. You can eat this whole thing after. Bye.